Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here at the CPA conference and talking to Mark from Gap Group. Mark, we have just had the panel discussion about the challenges of the industry, and people, when they're talking about industry challenges, they look at about negativity or actually we've had a lot of positivity from the panel as well today, and we've looked at how we can move the industry forward. Some of the key things as a national hirer that you are, talked about was fleet, having the right equipment and then the right backup. Talk to me about that kind of element first.
I think the industry as a whole, and certainly from my company's perspective, is you have to have the right equipment and in the right place at the right time. So that's the fundamental basics, and that will give great customer service. The advancements in telematics that all companies are now going into, the use of extranets, the use of apps, they can all aid to improve customer service, and they can aid the cost control, they can also just aid how people interact with the different hire companies. I think the challenge and probably the frustration that certainly from my perspective we have all this fantastic tech, and we don't have a lot of end users necessarily using it to its full benefits.
Right.
Which is, we try to push the industry forward, and we move it forward with this technology, and there are definitely some of our customers out there that are leading the way and making sure there's proactive off-hiring, where they're working on, they're looking at the reports, they're looking at utilization levels, they're looking at the telematics, is it moving, is it not moving, and making decisions off the back of that. And then equally, a huge proportion of the industry are still hiring like they've always hired.
Right.
It's phone multiple companies for multiple quotes and select the lowest rate, and that is not always the best option now moving forward. So it's really the job of all the hire companies to show what technology can do and how that can benefit the customers.
And I think what's really interesting about that is a machine doing no work is a machine that should be somewhere else doing some work. And that productivity issue that we have in this industry, and the cost that then seeps away of equipment not being managed in and out of the job site, is really fundamental to how we need to be more efficient and productive on site to then get those profits that we need to reinvest.
No, absolutely. I mean, saving a few pounds off a higher rate is insignificant compared to making sure that the machines are utilised and off-hiring a machine when it's not needed. I think it is worth pointing out, though, that when the rental industry hires something, we hire it for the right to use, not the usage. Because I think that's important, because we can't. I think it would be a very dangerous slope to go down into utilisation-based charging.
Yeah.
So there are times that you do need two machines on, whether it's a confined road network, so you can't pass machines. There are machines that are on standby for see the flooding and different backup generators and stuff. So it's not quite as simple as that machine's not being used, off hire it, but the industry can certainly get better with that as well.
And with data and technology being more available, this allows us to visualize what is required as well. And when you're looking at, you're working with some big projects as well as doing the day-to-day hires, it's about where do you put the assets? So for a road project, where do we put the assets originally? Where do they move to? And it's about having that sort of intelligence around how to set up a job site so that the equipment and the people are kept separate, but also so it can be productive as well. And we talk a lot about that when welfare units and solar panels and sustainability is a big issue as well.
And I think the challenge that you have going into this further data and more data is we sometimes almost can't see the wood from the trees. We have so much data. We can give you boom movement, track movements, fuel consumption, and even simple things like what is the carbon footprint. Actually, the simplest way to measure it is how much fuel you buy.
Of course.
You know, so yes, we can go down to the granular detail of each machine, and this machine does this, which is for some projects absolutely, but sometimes we also have to take a step back, and perhaps simplify things as well, and your carbon footprint is much more.
Exactly, and it's also how you utilise machines, and that comes back into the whole piece of people and skills. You know, Stars of the Future is a big thing with the CPA, and I know you're heavily involved in that as an organisation as well. But, you know, apprenticeship schemes have now evolved from the traditional type of apprenticeships. And your business, a big business, is not just got, you know, people that are dealing with the plant. You've got accountants, you've got lawyers, you've got, you know, managers of the whole business. But the apprenticeship pull through is just really important, isn't it, that we get those right, not just for the skill sets needed now, but those skill sets needed in the future for things like electrification, electric plant, and hydrogen that we'll see, you know, in some people's lifetimes as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes perhaps younger people coming in and looking at apprentices think that it's all going to be, you know, spanners and screwdrivers and things like that. But now with the diagnostics, you know, they have to be hugely IT literate. You know, the progression in from apprentices throughout all hire companies now, as you said, you know, you can if you want to manage people, you can do that. If you want to be on the roads, you can do that. We have apprentices that have progressed into sales because that's their forte, and actually it's fantastic when a salesperson is speaking to you and actually can talk very eloquently about perhaps data drive engines and diagnostics, and then the way we certainly try to keep our apprentices motivated is we've done a series of videos of previous apprentices that work their way through the business, where they are, what they do now. And the opportunities in all hire companies, as you say, are just endless now, because we are a very sophisticated and a very mature industry, and we want to keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and I think when you do see that, you know, in some businesses, the MD, the founder, literally, you know, bought their first machine, went out as a digger operator, and now they're running a business of a huge scale and size. But you can see that progression, and I think I'm with you on that. It's actually visualising the progression, you know, telling people that they can earn the money that they want to earn as young people. You know, that's what motivates them. The costs of living have gone up and everything like that, but also that career opportunity as well, isn't it? So final question, how can we get some more of them interested and Mark in joining us in what is a great industry, folks?
Yes, well, I think we have to sell that it's we have to sell our premises, you know, because it's come a long way that you're not lying on dirty floors,
muddy fields, whatever,
or anything, you know. We give them the best equipment to be able to do the job, and you know, you get leading manufacturer training, you get diagnostic training from JCB or Kubota, or, you know, huge worldwide businesses, and they, you know, selling this complete package about just, you know, engines and lying on the floor. You know, there's apprenticeships in hire desks, there's apprenticeships in the lifting equipment apprenticeships. So I would encourage, you know, anyone that is looking at the industry, thinking of the industry. You know, we're a very open industry, so just come talk to us. We try to get round schools, we try to get round and speak to people, but, you know, there's nothing better than, you know, dropping the company a note or coming to see us, or if a friend recommends you, you know, we'll do work experience, and we have young people in over the summer, like lots of businesses. Just everyone's got a duty to keep things going, keep things fresh.
So folks, the message here is lots of challenges in the industry, lots of opportunities. We are going to change, but the one message from Mark is, why don't you knock on the door of a Gap company, and you could end up in his job. See you later, Mark.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.